My name's Tony. I've been a friend of Andrew's for some years now, and I'm going to do an interview with Andrew and Diana. It will be the first interview they've done for some years, and this will be a first because it will be the first interview, voice interview, that is on her Facebook page. Andrew, when did you start channeling Diana?
September the 7th, 1997 was when I became aware of it, but actually it was on the 31st of August 1997.
Right. How and when did the voice channeling start?
That was September the 7th, 1997.
The voice channeling, when the voice came through?
That was September
that was 97 as well?
1997, oh. Yes.
Diana, how did you find Andrew?
How did I find him? Well, I didn't. I mean, it wasn't my choice, as in this past life incarnation of mine, but it was decided already that it would be him. So therefore I presume I was just directed straight to him, but it was of course organised by someone else.
Right, so you were guided. What would be the disadvantages of a well-known medium channeling you?
Well, first of all, they'd be more interested in promoting themselves than me. They'd also add me to other people that they channeled. And although the advantage that you didn't mention would be, of course, they could have fastened the process up and let me be known to be back faster than Andrew can, who knows nobody of sufficient influence to be able to do that. But there again, that can be another part of the miracle when it happens. But it is much more comfortable for me actually to be with someone who is an unknown, because then I'm assured, as he has proven to me, that I have his absolute loyalty and devotion to the work and literally to me. And I couldn't be given that assurance by someone who was just adding me to a list of other people that they channeled.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Diana. They'd be far too busy. Andrew, when Diana speaks through you, are you in a trance or just unable to butt in?
Well, I can't say a word when she's speaking. It's just impossible for me to get a word in edgeways.
Thank you, Andrew.
That's all right, Diana. But no, I can't speak when the lady's speaking. Ladies first, prerogative. But also, I am literally stumped. But when I'm talking, I can interrupt him, but he can't interrupt me.
Diana, what would you like to ask your boys to do to promote the Diana work?
Support Mummy, as you always did and always have done and still do, in the way that you do your work, for which I'm enormously proud of you both, and you, Catherine.
A question for Andrew. What are your hopes for the Diana work?
That is recognised, that is accepted, because it's going to be so helpful to people who, by example, have a problem believing in life after life. It will offer them an enormous sense of comfort that actually their loved ones are still around, are still with them.
And Diana, would you be willing to meet up again with Charles?
Absolutely, yes. Why would I not? Yes, of course I would, because I'm so enormously grateful, immensely grateful to him for being the single parent that he's been. And he's not often given that recognition. That's not often his. It's always Diana's boys. And wasn't Diana a lovely mummy? Wasn't she wonderful? And isn't it so sad the boys are without her? Well, yes, all of that is true. But their father has been phenomenal. and you only have to look at William and look at Harry to know that. They are proof of that, and a credit to us both. So yes, I very much would like to meet Charles, because I want to thank him.
And do you think he might help promote the work in some way?
Absolutely. Without a doubt, because he'll know it's me.
But Andrew, how would you feel about meeting William, Harry and maybe Charles and Catherine?
Honoured, privileged, and I think pinching myself that it was happening. But no, on a much more sensible level, I would feel very glad that the lady was uniting with her children, her family, and that then we could all get on with promoting her work, because as she said, they will want to do that.
And Andrew, I know you don't like big cities, so do you think you'd be okay living in a big city like New York?
I've been told that that's where the work will be based, and so I just accept it. And it's Diana's favourite city, so she'd love it, so I'm sure that she'll make sure that I do.
You'll have no choice.
There, you've just heard it from the lady. I'll have no choice. But in the nicest way, if it helps with the work, I'll go where the work needs promotion.
Right. Diana, can you tell me, why do you think you have been chosen to prove life after life?
Well, the first reason would be because I was well known, and because I am well known, and because people listened to me and followed me. Also, of course, with me channeling through Andrew, there's a point of reference, direct reference to it. Whereas to other guides, and this isn't to say they're not real, but people, I don't know, Chief White Feather, the god Horus, all those gods and goddesses that people say they channel, and they might well do, as I say, but there's no point of reference, there's no proof, as in, we don't know what they spoke like, we don't know how they sounded, we don't know what vocabulary they used. Well, of course, I'm speaking. There's plenty of points of reference for me speaking, because most of the people that knew me are still alive, thank God, and also, of course, there's plenty of video footage, film footage, interview footage, and yes, of course the voice can be a little bit different, because Andrew's vocal cords are male, and mine female. But the difference is so minimal, and it's not just the voice, it's the energy, it's everything, which is why I have connected with people who knew me in life and were friends of mine, channeled to them through Andrew, and they've said, my God, you're back.
Diana, how has it felt being fused with Andrew?
Well, it's unusual. It's phenomenal. It's, in some people's eyes, I would think something supernatural, but to me I would use the word natural, because we do fuse well together. We do relate well together, understand each other, and to coin a phrase I used in Panorama, they're not about Andrew, but we make a good team, and I think that that's so important for the work ahead, that we don't always agree on the same things and we have differing opinions of them, but that makes it even more authentic, because we're not parodies of each other, so the fusion works perfectly naturally. But that is the key word, it is natural, for us both.
And Andrew, although Diana would be doing most of the talking, would you be alright introducing her to large audiences?
Well, I've done that already in the United States, but even more so, more comfortable now that the fusion is even stronger. Yeah.
And Andrew, do you have any worries about this work and your own safety?
Sometimes, to be honest, sometimes. But then I think with the operations I've had and the illnesses I've had and the protection that I've been offered and the fact that I am channeling Diana, who doesn't want to be called Diana, Princess of Wales, incidentally, she's just Diana. Channeling Diana, I would believe I'm protected, or else they've made a big mistake.
And Diana, how has it been living in flats in Sweden, Germany, a council flat in London, then ultimately in Andrew's little room?
Educational is the answer to that, because although I was able to go in and out of situations like this and see people's differing lives, and I have to say people in far worse situations than Andrew, of course, I literally did just pop in and pop out again. And with Andrew, I've been able to actually live them, so I've been able to learn to appreciate more about them, and that also will be enormously helpful in the future when I am perhaps addressing people who find themselves in the same or similar situations and circumstances to that Andrew has done, because of course he's had money and lost money, so he's both sides of the fence experienced, and that has actually benefited him, because what he's lost materially, he's gained in his soul. He's actually gained a lot more in riches now than he had then.
And Diana, are you concerned about the reaction of certain people in the royal family and the establishment when it becomes well known you are back?
Well, I wasn't before, so no. The answer to that one, because unfortunately for some I am back. But I did say she won't go quietly, and I'm proving it.
And the last question for Andrew, actually it's similar to one I asked earlier, but what are your expectations when the work really takes off?
Answer to that is, who knows? The sky's the limit. It's Diana, and well, the sky's the limit is the best answer to that, because Diana, the most famous woman of the 21st century, is back. And she was loved and adored then, and so I would assume she'll be loved and adored now.
And Diana, is there anything else you'd like to say? Any message to your followers on your Facebook page or to your boys?
Oh, so many messages, but thank you all for supporting me, and of course Andrew, and believing and trusting that it is me, because I promise you it is. And likewise, William and Harry, I know it's hard, I know it's very hard, but the unity that we can have again makes it something, an opportunity surely far, far, far too precious to miss out upon. I love you.